Ford is taking a huge gamble with its redesigned Escape crossover, transforming it into something that actually looks like a crossover. Now, the company has had quite a lot of backlash from previous owners, people who really loved the old truck's boxy design. But Ford is looking to be progressive, and there is also a very other important reason for the new car's design. Ford has a One Ford policy. They're building cars to sell throughout the world. And while that old boxy style might have worked here, in Europe they probably would have sold 0 of them. And so that's ushered in this new car. In fact, it's so new, the only item it does share with its old model is the base 2.5-liter engine, and even that's been reworked. That base 2.5-liter four-cylinder makes 168 horsepower and gets 22 miles per gallon in the city and 31 miles per gallon on the highway. Now, if you want, this is the top-of-the-line 2-liter turbocharged EcoBoost engine, and it makes 240 horsepower and 270 foot-pounds of torque, and is really designed as a V6 replacement. Now, on top of all that power, it actually gets exceptional fuel economy too, only losing 1 mile per gallon on the highway to that base 2.5-liter engine. But the real volume engine is an all-new one that Ford is adding to their lineup. It's a 1.6-liter turbocharged EcoBoost four-cylinder, and it makes 178 horsepower and just a little bit more torque than that. And it actually gets the best fuel economy of the bunch at 24 miles per gallon in the city and 33 miles per gallon on the highway. Ford says the 2013 Escape has 11 segment-exclusive features. Now, along with items like that My Ford Touch system, there are a lot of others. We're talking about a cross-traffic alert system that will actually let you know when you're reversing out of a parking spot if there's an object moving in from either side. There are also front and rear park assist systems that will beep and let you know how close you're getting to the curb or the inside of your garage, as the case may be. There's also, on the EcoBoost models, active grille shutters, which actually close off at highway speeds to help make the car aerodynamic. But the most interesting and the most functional of all of them is a hands-free liftgate system. You just walk up to the back of the car with your keys in your pocket, slide your foot under the back like that, and it opens all on its own. Perfect when you're carrying grocery bags or anything for that matter. The Escape drives much as you might expect for a modern Ford product, and that's definitely a good thing. It's actually based on the same chassis as the Ford Focus, itself quite a dynamic little package. So we are impressed with it. It actually is quite chuckable, and the steering, electric power steering at that, is quite accurate. So we have no complaints there. Overall, it's quiet and smooth to drive around, although the more stiffly sprung suspension to give it that more performance-oriented feel does have a downside. Now, we are driving the model with the 19-inch wheels and lower profile tires, so that might have some contributing factor here. But the issue is we noticed that at higher speeds, when you're driving on the highway and it gets a little rough, the pavement does, that the back end of the car seems to bounce around a little bit more than you like. So you kind of feel it, the bump in the front, and it absorbs it, but you kind of feel it wiggle out the rear, like the back end of the car, it just has a bit too much spring. Two new driving aids in the 2013 Escape are torque vectoring control and curve control, and they're both meant to aid the driver in sort of a better performance experience without you really noticing it. There are also safety features too. So the torque vector control system will actually slow the inside tire in a corner using the brakes, helping the car rotate a little better. As for the curve control, it will actually use the brakes at all 4 corners to help slow the car if it feels that you're kind of cooking it a bit too fast on a corner. So maybe you've gone into an on-ramp too fast. It will actually sort of help to sort it all out seamlessly behind the scenes, and it'll actually cut about 10 miles per hour from your speed if necessary to make it a safer experience and help you track really on the route you intended to go. Along with being much more of a true compact crossover now, the 2013 Ford Escape may look smaller, but it's actually roughly the same size as the outgoing model. Ford's actually managed to add a little bit of cargo space to the car, and they've even added extra rear seat legroom. Combine that with the much improved fuel economy, class leading in fact, lots of technology, and even a lot of segment exclusive options on this vehicle, and you've got a much improved package. Now, the Ford faithful may cry foul about this new sleek design, but there's little doubt that this is a vastly improved Ford Escape.